afternoon, everybody. It's Tuesday, 24th of September, and we're on tile 479. So what are we going to be doing today then? How is it going to work? I've got a cream tile today, and I've inked it with a little bit of green and blue. I've actually used the Spectrum Noir, I think it was the Grasshopper, and then there was a dark blue. I can't recall the name of it now, but whatever you want to do with it, if you want to mix and match. Of course, I've spritzed it, still a little bit damp, so we're going to see how we go. And look at that, look at the salts turn that colour at the top a little bit pinky. So I kind of like that, I'm going to go with it. First of all then, pen, pencil, tortillon at the ready, pencils lying around everywhere, as we know. And I'm going to make a start. Are we all ready? Are we all going for this? Okay. Pencil then, here we are, and I'm going to start, obviously, I say obviously, you don't know what I'm drawing, so how can it be obvious? I've got my blue at the top and a bit of green at the bottom, and that's how I want it to be. So, first of all, let's give myself a little bit of ground to work on. So be kind of light there, because we don't want to sort of see all of that later. It's going to change. And here, I'm going to sort of zoom in a little bit. I'm going to do some little bubbles, just sort of wandering around in there. Let's put that one in there, look. And another one there maybe, and one kind of wandering off and doing its own thing. Yeah, maybe one there as well. Okay, that's easy enough, wasn't it? So across this area here, I'm going to come in with a little bit of like a wobbly, almost fried egg kind of look. Yeah, let's do another one. So it's not going to be like, can be oval-ish, but it doesn't have to be. I've gone for something a little different there. And then let's bring one in sort of here. That's going to sit underneath that one. So all slightly different in size, but I'm happy with that. That's good to go. So I'm going to bring my pen in. I do apologise if it bleeds a little bit. I say it is a little bit, just a little bit damp. We haven't got the sun today to dry the tile off, so it's not really sat there and done what it's supposed to do. So sort of in the middle. Put like a little triangular-ish shape, you see, slightly off to one side. Let's bring that in a bit. Okay. And I'm going to come in and draw in around that first shape there, like so. And thinking about this, I'm going to start at the bottom here. I'm going to put in some lines. See, sort of slightly curved, so I work my way around. And then as I get to this side, I'm going to curve it the other way. So when I get to the top, let's do a few more that way, look. And I'm going to do another one that way. That's probably about right. So, choosing the side. So I'm on the left side, I'm going to put a little extra piece there. A little extra piece. And I'm going to go all the way around doing this until I get to this top section here. I'm going to put that one in because that's okay. And then here, I'm going to do one on both sides. Just because it's coming right to that top section. And then as I come back down, I'm going to put that little extra bit on the bottom edge. As we go. All right, little bits sort of there. So you see I've kind of switched sides as I've gone round to give it that little bit of detail. And I'm going to add an extra line there just to give it a little bit more depth. Afternoon, hello Glennies. Oh, it's lovely to have you with us. And Issy, and it's nice, you know. It feels like Monday actually. Does anybody else think that? It feels like Monday. Because I was sort of out askew because I was doing a different thing yesterday. Not sat in the, I say sat in the office, not, I was in the office but not in the office. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm coming in and I'm doing a similar thing along here. And then let's do another one there and along you see I've curved it differently on both sides. And get to the top there. Kind of got to do one there, I think. And then on this side, I'm going to add in that little line. Same in there. All the way along till I get to the top here, and I'm going to come in and do it on both sides. See, both sides. And then as I work my way down, I'm coming back in and doing it on this side. It's like having a little triangle on the edge there. See that one? I'm going to go that way. And again, a little bit of a thicker line underneath. Next one then. So I can decide, you know, which way around do I want this. It sort of feels here. Put it in there. And then I'm going to draw around. Let's put that line in. Follow it through. Into that. So you can always change the shape of it if you want to, before you put any pen on. But I'm going with what I got there. I'm happy with those. And around we go. See another one there, look. And then I'm going to switch sides, so I'm curving it now this way as I work my way around the piece. Let's make sure those bits touch. And little extra like triangle shapes there on that bottom edge. Just going to make sure that's touching there. Can't really see that one, so I'm not going to worry about that one. And in and along these ones. Okay. So into there. And that one's fine. Again, I'm just going to thicken up that bit. And while I'm here, I've got my little bubbles here. Going to draw them in. There. Well, I'm quite impressed with these. I think I've done all right with these today. They seem to flow pretty well. They're quite round. Doesn't matter if yours aren't, just go with the flow. Put a couple little crosses in. You see, all in different positions. Kind of small. And then I can put in that wavy line now. Just underneath where those little pieces have gone. Let's go in, have a look at that. Okay, these are lovely, aren't they? I like these. Okay, so I'm going to imagine, let's do this one first, sort of the centre, and if you feel like you can do this in pencil first, I'm going to put a stem in from the centre, coming down. Just double it up a bit. Along we go. And similar here. Now here, this one's sort of coming at the front, isn't it? So that one's got to go across and at the front there. I know we've drawn that in pen, but that's okay. And then another one there. All right. So to help with that, I'm going to put lines down all of that stem there. Just like that. Filling in those little shapes. So let's do the same on the others. Little lines all the way down. Same on this. There we go. That's our sort of main flowery shapes here. So I'm going to switch to pencil for a moment. Just want a little bit of, not construction as such, but a little bit of a hand. I'm going to come from here. So imagine that I'm doing a leaf shape, and it's kind of a large leaf. See? And I'm going to put another one in here. Now you're not going to see all of it, but I'm still going to draw the whole thing in. It's in pencil, so that's okay. And I'm going to do one here too. So again, you're only going to see part of it. Let's focus on this one. Okay, I'm going to turn it. So if I put a line in there, it's almost vertical to where my body is. And across the top here, I'm going to put a little loop on like that. Let's go in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so working my way down, I'm going to do this side first, but then I will come and do this one. So I'm going to curve it round and go back up, and curve it round and go back up and around. You see, go back up, around and into the bottom. So there we go, round and up, round and up. It's kind of a nice flowy sort of shape once you get the hang of it. Let's try that again on this one. Where is it? You see here? So if I put my line in, now I'm going to put that in there because that's what I did before. I'll do this side first, so round and up, round and up. You see, I can take that in there. Now here I'm going to imagine, because of course it's under that flower, it's coming in here and back in. Once you get the hang of these, they're really fun. So along, round. You see, using that line to help us, a little bit of a guide there. So you're not going to go crazy and too big or too small. Okay. So let's put that in pen. I'm going to do this one while I can see it. So into that one there. You see, in and around. So much easier when we've got that little bit of guidance there. All right, don't see much more of that one at all. So let's move to this one. Right, so I'm going to see how it feels going up. I like drawing these going down, but going up then's a bit different. Put my line in. Okay, last one then. This is the fullest one, I would say, that we're going to add in. You see, it wanders around, curves, creating that lovely kind of leaf shape. All right, let's have a little look at this. There you go, look at that. Okay, that's my rubber. I'm going to take away those bits of pencil inside now. You know, never do this until you're happy that your pen's dry. You don't want to be doing all this drawing, find that it smudges part way through. Okay. All right, liking that. So let's bring in a couple of loops. Now, in context, I'm going to come up and make a loop at the top here. Not too small there. Now here, I'm going to be a bit of a wobble on it. All right, let's do that again. I'm going to go the other way, look. Up and round and a bit of a wobble. It's like little bunny ears, doesn't it? That means we better do another one. Here we go. Up and around, bit of a wobble. Let's have a couple over here. So let's bring it from kind of up here. This way, like, bit of a wobble. Well, a little one there, like, bit of a wobble. Okay. Do we want any more of those? I've got a few going on. Maybe one over here, look, bit of a wobble. And it's sitting behind that. There's not much going on here, but I've got another one I want to bring in. So let's come in a bit more. And I'm going to come in with, let's do it from here. With a line, I'm going to put a dot on the top, not too small, see? And then I'm going to go around the whole thing like that. And then I'm going to do a little hat. Now, I don't want to go too thin with this. Reason being is I want to put a little dots there and there. It looks like a little face now. And then as I do more, here we go. Let's put a few more. And see, they're getting smaller and smaller. I want to put a little dot, if I can, up the middle in each one. I'm going to put one on the end, you see? Off it goes. Okay, let's try that again. Come up there, look. I'm going to put a dot on the top. Then I'm going to go around the whole piece. Put that little hat on. Give it a little pair of dots. And then the others, we're going to carry on, getting smaller and smaller. And then put a dot in the middle of each, with little dots coming off the end. Let's have a look at that. Looks like they're singing to each other, doesn't it? So I've only done the line at the top in, like, well, where's it actually coming in? That's going to sort of hide and wander beneath the leaves there. So I'm not going to worry too much about where that's gone. So let's do another. This could be your new addictive favourite, couldn't it? All the way around. Gonna put that on, 2 little dots. And then here we go, round we go. Oh, round we go. Yeah. Let's bring one down here. So I'm going to come over this leaf. So my dot's just outside there, all the way around. Bigger hat, dots. And then as we go, little dots. Okay, looks a bit sort of balanced there, but I'll bring one more. Let's have it kind of so it looks like it's slightly behind there. So we've still got the same thing going on, but you're just seeing the top of it sneaking its way through. There you go, it's going up and out there. Okay, like that. So let's have a look at the ground. I want to put a couple more lines in. So it looks like we've got a bit of dimension going on there, like so. And I want to bring in some bubbles, but this time I'll go up a bit. I'm not going to do like a solid bubble. Let's do one here. I'm going to imagine doing it in dots. All right, so we could do a smaller one and another one. Now, of course, if you feel that you want to draw these in pencil first and then go in after and put dots round, you can do that. It's tiny little ones. Little ones up there too. Again, you don't need to completely overload it. It's all about putting a few in. There we go. Let's have a little look at that. Okay, look at that. It's lovely. Okay, let's bring a bit of colour in. Certainly with having all the greenery at the bottom, I'm going to bring my deep green in. Start with that one. And I'm not going to colour particularly spending loads of time because I've already got an inked tile anyway. I'm going to get some of that texture already coming through. So this is almost about putting those leaves in, just saying, look, here they are. You see? And of course we want that bit up there as well. There we go. And a big one here. Now on this one I think I will bring a little bit of colour in to give it a little bit of attention, but for the moment I've got one colour in. So I'll bring in my deep blue and add a little bit at the base, sort of where, you know, the liners I've put in there. Let's bring it up a bit. And a little bits on those curves there. So a little bit on the bottom of that one. And the same here, look, I'm going to go on the bottom of those curves. Like that. A little bit of the light green. I'm going to come sunny green on this top section here because it's quite light there anyway. So if I put a little bit of that in across there. I'm not going to do it on these because they're behind. And then back in with that sort of deep green again. I say I've got a bit of texture going on with that tile anyway, so I'm not going to try and completely blend it. It's just getting that colour in. Okay, so now next is, because I've got green behind these flowers, it's kind of what colour do you want to do if you're going to do colour at all. So if I was to put a red in there, because there's green behind it, it might look a little bit muddy. So I've got to do something that sort of works with that green. So bringing in the sea green and the dark sea blue, you know, that kind of colour. Let's bring a little bit of summer sky in as well. That'll probably work a little bit better. So let's go in a touch. And if I start with my darkest, I'm going to add some in here. Okay, around that area. Sort of easy type. You see already it's working with that green in the background. That's what we want. And I'm going to do a little bit around the edges. Try if you can. You see how my colours follow the curves of the shape? It's almost like those lines are a little bit of a guide to help me with that. And similar on this one here. Alright, so following it round, using those curves. And same on here, little bits as we go. Okay, see how that kind of works its way round? Alright, so that's my darkest colour, which is my dark sea blue. There it is. Same on this one. Just kind of following the lines as usual. See, we put them in, they look nice, but they serve a purpose as well. Along we go. Okay, into that. Alright, next one, mid sea blue, it's my middle colour. I'm going to bring that in, not going to put too much of that on. Just work it round nice and gently. Just little bits. You see I'm not going into the middle. I'm letting that come in a little bit later, but again, sort of almost like zigzaggy shapes. You see how they work together. And it does help if you've inked your tile in the background. You're not fighting with a plain colour. You've got something already to work to. Alright, last one. This is a little bit lighter, so see how that goes. Again, little bits. Okay. So I did have my third colour, my summer sky, but there's not that much sort of space in between. So I'm going to come straight in with my white and work that, oh, let me say clean it off, work it into those colours. You see? Again, I'm not too worried about the texture and trying to blend it perfectly, because as I say, there's those little bits of inking in the background, and that's going to have an impact on what you see anyway. So let's have a little look at that from a distance, you see? It's that one there. I've just get my pen in there. Just wanted to put that line in. I'd gone over it a bit too much. And although you can't really go over these pencils with pen, you clog it up. That tiny little spot, I got away with it. So we're all recovering from class this weekend. It was a really nice one, certainly the first one's back after summer. So everybody had got a lot of catching up to do and that kind of thing. It was great. A nice day as well. We didn't have any bad weather, so it was nice to keep the windows open. It was a good day, good weekend. There you go. Okay, I want to bring my purple gem in. I do love this colour. Not sure if it's my favourite. It's my favourite now because I've decided I'm going to use it. And I'm going to come in and add a little bit around that bottom edge, you know, like a zigzaggy kind of feel. And let's come in and add a little bit in there too. You see, part of it. Same with this one. Bits in the edges there, and round we go. So this one I'm going to go that way, but still going to have that little bit of colour in there. Okay. Bring my white in. Let's work those in together. That kind of does that. And whilst I've got that purple, I'm going to come in and do those stems there. Again, I can get away with that because I've got the green in the background with those stems. Okay. So what about these? Again, usually you'd think, oh, we're going to do red, but being that I've got kind of a blue tile, I'm going to stick with the purples. You know, we can have a little bit of fantasy going on. We can colour them what we like. So I've done like little backward C shapes almost. And I'm going to bring it in. Let's get a little bit pinkish. Let's have mid-pink purple. Okay. And again, look, I'm going to bring in a little bit of colour there, leaving a little bit of it with no colour at all. See some in the background there, and there. And then my white again. sort of swooshing it round. It's kind of blending them in, giving it a little bit of texture, which is what we want. Okay, so we've got these to do, and these, I'm not going to put a load of colour on. I don't want to blend too much because they're kind of in the background. So I'm going to come in with my green. I've got my sunny green here. Let's sort of fill them in. Again, I'm not going to blend, like I said. I'm just going to put those in the front there. Adding those to it. So it gives it a little bit of green. I think maybe a little bit of deep green underneath there. Maybe just in that bit. That's better. See how it gives it that little bit more substance. Okay. Added to there. So now it comes to my little singers. I'm going to stick with purple gem, and I'm going to add some colour up one side. You see, going down, just bring it a little bit round. Doesn't matter which side you work on. Oh, I didn't put my dots in there. Can do that before too far. And the next one, so we know there's one there. And of course this one at the bottom. Alright. I'm going to come back in and just work this in a little bit more. I think it just needs a little bit extra in terms. There you go. That's a bit better. I wanted a bit of texture, but I'll make sure it's filled. And then my white pencil again, just making sure I don't really have any colour on it. And I'm going to come in and touch up those little dots. Again, you might feel that you don't need to do this if you've not got any ink in the background of your tile. Okay. So that sort of thing. I'm going to have a look at the bottom here, see where we've got this bit of ground. And sticking with that deep green, I'm going to bring a bit in and wander it over. Okay. So in one sense, quite a quick tile to do today. I think I'm going to bring a bit of that summer sky in. You see it just places. Sometimes when you look at it, you think, actually, I can get some of that in there. Let's just bring that up a little bit. But it's not too long at all, has it, really, that one? It's quite a quick piece to do. Get if you've got a quick card to do. You could knock one of these up in any kind of colour very quickly. And get it on a card in no time. I'm going to put some under there, look where it's sort of sitting there. Bit my dark sea blue back in. Sort of define that bottom area, you see. Sometimes an extra layer, when you've got a little bit of time anyway, works wonders. And along we go, so let's do the others. Colouring can actually be quite a quick process if you want it to be. It's more about making sure that your colours will blend rather than trying to spend too long working on that, of course. So, there we go, into those bits. So of course I've got to bring a little bit of, where's it gone, mid-sea blue in, just to work it together. Not too much though. There we go. In and along. Just working there. So that's how that's brought that back out. It's fine. Okay. Alright. Last thing to do then, let's have a look at that. There you are. Last thing to do is give it a bit of a signature. And let's do it down here. And there is 479. So I hope you're going to have a go at this. Try it, see what it looks like on different coloured papers, maybe different colour flowers and all sorts of things, but really look forward to seeing it. Now, I don't know if you've seen on the Facebook page, I've asked you about your steampunk hats. I know a lot of you have got them, But if you've got a picture that you've done from the steampunk hats and you want to put it on the Facebook page, just do a hashtag steampunk on it, and come Friday, I'll have a look through them and we're going to pick one. And we're going to send a few bits of Sanntangle bits and pieces out for you as a little bit of a prize. So if you're up for that, if you're up for having a go, get that stencil out and get something drawn and let's have a look at it. And can't wait to see it. Let's get some pictures on there. So, okay, in the meantime, have fun. Now, the Friday's tile is going to be on Thursday because, of course, I'm going to be on air on Friday. And, of course, we're going to have Kane on air as well, doing a bit of a demo of his koi carp. So, we're going to do it Thursday at 2 as usual. So, hopefully, I'll see you all there. So, take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.